from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hello, Nancy.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for taking my call.
Certainly. What's going on?
I have a question. I guess it would be more about boundaries. I've been married for 25 years, and when I got married, I had a 10-year-old daughter, and they just butted heads from the minute we've been married on. She wound up running away by the time she was 15, and her life has been downhill. She's 35 now, and she's been in and out of rehabs, and she's doing okay right now. But our marriage, on the other hand, has been very, my husband's always been very distant, very into his own agenda, his own plan, leaving me sitting alone apart, just never pays any attention to me. So I struggle with, where, as a Christian, where do you just say, no, I'm not doing it anymore? Or even for my daughter, I've kind of got a handle on the drug thing. I don't enable her anymore. I don't give her money anymore. But I have struggled with that for years. And where, as a Christian, how do you draw that line?
Okay. Well, I would say two different issues there, one with the daughter and one with the husband. You know, it's important that you draw a line with both, but with the daughter, you know, she has a drug addiction. It's a relapsing phenomena that often happens, and the research shows that there's less relapse when a parent stops enabling the addiction, right?
Right.
So you it sounds like you've come to terms with that, or you're at peace with not enabling her addiction. Is that right or not?
I am.
Okay.
I truly am.
But you've been married 25 years. So if I had been talking with you like 6 months in counseling, maybe we'd come to this point where you would see that actually you've kind of fed into his problem for 25 years.
Yeah.
And in one way, you've kind of trained him that it's okay to be that way for 25 years. So it wouldn't be fair to train a dog to do something, and then when it does it, you say, I'm sending you off to the pound. Well, for you to say, okay, I'm done with this and I'm going to leave, that wouldn't be, it's just not fair. It's not right. It doesn't honor God. It doesn't take into consideration character and your faith. What you want to do is you want to draw a line that says we're going to go from enabling and we're going to go from stagnation to moving into us getting some help together. That's what you want to do, help together. Now, we've done
that. We went to marriage counseling.
Well, it wasn't
3 years ago.
It wasn't the right kind of marriage counseling, and you stopped it before things got better. Otherwise, you wouldn't be calling us right now. See, so you can't say this. We hear it all the time. I did marriage counseling. You may have had a bad marriage counselor, or they may have had the wrong approach. But there is a problem here between you and your husband that needs fixing, and you need a third party to help you with the fix.
Okay.
And I
How
think,
do you know when you're in the right counseling?
Well, I think it's because, like Mylon was talking about just a minute ago, one of the things he does with people is your counselor starts saying things that indicate he understands what you're going through. And that there are other people that have been helped. I mean, what do you say, Mylon, when people say, how do I know if this is good counseling or not? I mean, there's got to be a reputation of helping other people, not just the fact that they're a counselor.
Well,
okay.
Well, I was just going to say, Nancy, that a lot of therapists are trained to do individual therapy. You put a couple in the room with them, and they don't quite know what to do. And there's a strong tendency amongst many counselors to split couples up, especially if they feel reactive. The number of really experienced couples counselors are much fewer, and you really have to look for somebody that specializes in couples counseling, somebody that focuses on emotions, not just cognition, but somebody who knows how to focus on emotions and as well understands attachment. Because you take this emotionally avoidant and emotionally minimizing male, could be an emotionally minimizing female as well, they don't know how to connect with people. They will leave you sitting alone in the park and not even see you.
We'll be back. We're back. I'm going to send Nancy How We Love. I think if she would read it, I know if her husband would read it, you guys would see yourselves in that book. And there's so much hope. Now, if you're sitting there driving down the road in your car or in your kitchen by yourself and you're going, yeah, we did marriage counseling too. Stop that. That is not the thing to be saying. You say, hey, I think we better get back in there and do some work and grow closer together and do the work.
Could I also comment that when a child inherits, not by their own will, they inherit a step-parent at 10 years old.
Yeah.
We don't know what's happened to that child in 10 years with respect to their reactivity, what the divorce did to them, what the previous parent did to them in terms of making them unsettled inside. And so an unsettled child isn't regulated well.
Right.
So all of a sudden they're in the same house with a step-parent, and it's not necessarily something that's easy for the child to adapt to. And frequently what happens is the step-parent gets upset that the child is resisting or causing reactivity with them, and all of a sudden the step-parent is now 10 years old as well. And that is something we describe in our new book, How We Love Our Kids.
Yeah.
There's big changes we need to make in ourselves first as parents before we can expect optimal changes in our children.
Yeah. Now, I know that's ringing true with a lot of people.